Hello guys, we're gonna get started here in just a second. Just gonna share the link and such. Alright. Day 3 of the War1 Climax here. We got some more matches coming up here. Weather's a bit drizzly today, so if there's streaming issues, that's probably why. But you never know. So we're just gonna see how things go here. 6 more matches today, plus the main event's gonna be for the TWN Hardcore title. Finley will be defending it. It is an open challenge, and more than one person can challenge for it. Alright, let's see. Starting things up. He has 2. Let's start with King and Jeff Hardy to kick things off here.
Fight!
Alright. Take down there. Irish whip from King. Misses soul butt. Dragon screw. Counter. Another counter. Dragon screw. Oh, counter out of that full Nelson position. Fireman's carry goes for a headlock. Hardy staying on his toes here. Suplex. Ooh. Dodges. Back grapple counter.
Five minutes gone.
DDT. Another dragon screw. Yeah! I'm not spinning heel kick. No, strike trading between the competitors. Goes for a clover leaf.
Give up. Give up.
Ooh, double underhook pile driver from King. Counter. Party with a DDT.
Yeah.
Spinning heel kick. Ooh. DDT. Goes for a cover.
1, 2.
Only 2.
Yuck. Yuck.
Dodges the drop kick.
Yuck.
Drop kicks him out of the ring.
1,
Hardy catches
2,
his breath.
3.
1.
Dodges chair
2.
strike. Gets it kicked out of his hands. Dodges drop kick. Hardy gets caught in a
1,
roll up.
2.
Only gets 2. Hardy's got to start putting
10
some
minutes
big
gone.
moves together here. Ah, big counter.
Come on.
Oh, twist of fate. Going up top.
Ah.
Swanton. Drags him away from the ropes. Goes for a cover. Is
1,
it enough?
2.
Oh, it's not. The drag probably ate us some seconds away there. Moonsault.
Break.
King drops the knees on the back. Hardy trying to stay alive here. DDT.
Yuck.
Oh, octopus hold.
Give up.
He's trying to fight out of it.
Give up.
Oh, going for maneuvering. Gets him in a roll up.
1,
Too far from the
2.
ropes. Almost had him. Almost.
Yuck.
Ooh. Going up top. Another. Oh, dodges the moonsault. Roll up.
Break.
Rope breaks it up. Dodges the lariat. We got some strike trading here.
Yuck.
Spinning heel kick. Ooh, catches him with that rolling kick. Moonsault. Oh, DDT in the corner. Underhook pile driver. Ooh, step up into Guri. Oh, goes for a big stretch. Oh, and he taps. He's done. Can't reach the rope. King gets the win. Animal noises. Yeah, there's a lot of animal noises with the model. I probably will tone it down when I convert him over. 90. Nice. All right. All right, let's see. For the next match here, let's do Triple H and we'll do Triple H and Candy. Well, no. Shoot. All right. Guess we'll do Onita and Kane here. Candy Kane. Let's see how that goes.
Let's have some fun. Hanging around. Let's go play fast down loud. Let's go and scream. Let's go and shout. Oh baby, I wanna have some fun. Now Joey's gone. We need a chance, I need it now.
Alright, this should be an interesting encounter here. Ooh. Counter. Butterfly suplex. As I stated earlier, the main event's going to be Fit Finlay of IGW defending the TWN Hardcore title in an open challenge. Any promoter can submit a wrestler to challenge him for it, excluding, of course, Hall of Famers. And it could be more than one person as well if more than one promotion is interested.
Give up?
Double duty? Yeah, he can do that. Although I will let you know that Sabu is technically in contention already because he earned that right during the season.
Give up?
So you can do that. Yes, okay. Sabu will challenge for fifth. So we got at least Sabu. So if DPS, Eli, or Fear come in and they want to throw their hat in the ring, they certainly can. But for now, it'll be Sabu and fifth for that TWN Hardcore title. Pile driver. Oh yeah, he's pretty much guaranteed because one of the ways of getting a Hall of Fame eligibility, the normal way is amount of belts of TWN belt wins and belt defenses, and if you want a promotion title. So and he cleared all that. So he could. So right now he's in contention no matter what happens during the whole event. But if you want to solidify it even more, you can. Or if you just want, you know, or if you feel more confident with Sabu going for it because you want to get the popularity point reward that comes with getting that title, you certainly can do that. But I'm just letting you know that he is pretty much in contention no matter what happens. So you don't have to worry about his status with that. Because I also know Sabu's kind of your default hardcore guy, so I understand you want to bank on him. He was probably the longest defending hardcore champion we've had. I mean, Fitz the one that beat him.
10.
So
11.
It definitely
12,
a rematch would.
13,
you could definitely argue a
14,
rematch if you want to go
15,
for that too. There's a lot of different
16,
routes you can go with it overall. It just depends on what you're vibing with him. Ooh, Thunder Firebomb with the pin. Ooh, Onita with the win. $85, not bad. Alright, let's get some PCCW stuff here. Wow, Sabu only has one left. He only has one left. He only has one left. Okay, so let's get Sabu. Let's get his last match in here. There's a lot of guys are gonna have their last matches in this day here, but not all of them. So Sabu and Malenko coming up next here. Oh, hell yeah. I wonder if they ever did face off in real life, because Malenko and Sabu were in the company around the same time, I believe. Hi, Jim. How you doing? You know, it's unfortunate with the height for Malenko, because I think if you, outside of his talking ability, I think what also held him back in advancing was probably the height. Maybe more so the talking ability. Your own slab. I haven't been keeping up. How's he doing in the cup you're doing? That does remind me, I think I'm probably, the two guys I did, like Slab and another guy I did, I'm probably going to throw them into the Great Lakes Wrestling League just because there's no reason for them not to be in that. So I'm probably going to do that. I might. I think I'm going to try to do another Great Lakes Wrestling League session tomorrow evening. That's going to be the plan. I also plan on partaking the AAWA stuff tonight, if they're doing it tonight.
Give up.
Taz. You know, I wasn't sure what Taz was. Italian makes sense, actually, but I never really thought about it before. I just thought he was just
Great.
like, I just thought he was just tan. You know, like he just like was working out in the sun and stuff all the time. I didn't think about his lineage, but it makes sense. Ooh. Sabu might be in trouble here.
Give
Sabu
up.
hasn't lost one
Give
yet,
up.
so that's something to keep in
Give
mind
up.
here.
5 minutes gone.
New York Italian accent. Yeah, I just never thought about it, I guess. Yeah, very tan. I mean, I will say this, like, oh, look at Sab. Oh, Malenko avoids it. Oh, he's trying again. Oh, he gets it that time. Yeah, pretty much, in all honesty.
1.
Oh yeah, Bruno was champ. Oh my god, like Bruno was champ twice over for like forever and a day.
1.
But it worked better then, though. That's why you can't do title reigns like that
1,
today, though.
2.
Because back then wrestling wasn't shown so much. Like it was a treat to catch
1,
wrestling
2.
at all. And plus, it helped that Bruno was like a very good wrestler and a very likable babyface too. So it was justified because people are like, well, he can't lose the title now. I still got to see him. Nowadays, you see champions all the fucking time. So like a year nowadays for a wrestler being a champion, it's like the equivalent of 2 or 3 years
1,
back in the day.
2.
Yeah. Yeah, he was. Toronto's always been kind of backwards in how it goes about rooting for wrestlers.
10 minutes gone.
But,
Give up.
oh, Raymond Clutch.
Give up. Give up. Give up.
These two would have done a great submission match here. You know, oh, Malenko taps. How you like? How you doing? Yeah, that makes sense too. $85, all right. Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, well, Toronto's, from what I remember geography, Toronto's very close to America. Like, it's near, like, it's along the same parallel as Michigan, so it's pretty close. Yeah, I imagine, because Nitro and WCW, they were kind of more based in the South. That was kind of more their home turf. Wednesdays. They made it. Who are they facing, Eli? All right. Now, let's see. PCW was the last match. So was IGW. So we need. Well, we need FTOA, and that's. I guess Triple H and Jim Neidhart are going to be duking it out here. Let's see how this goes. Yeah, they did. I remember that. Oh, Nitro was. Okay. Did TSN do both? Like, were they allowed to do both? Actually, no, they couldn't. Oh, yeah, it was just... Yeah, well, I mean, they didn't establish a base there. That's the thing. Like, WWE have always done a lot more in Canada than WCW has. Tampa Bay. Oh, that's an interesting combination.
Fight.
Yeah. Oh yeah, this music's actually from the Retromania wrestling game. I, it's a really good wrestling game. It just has some odd little things in it that kind of prevent it from being like on the level of Fire Pro, but it's still good. The music's great, and that game is mostly based around like independent, legendary, and current day NWA stuff. And since when I formed TWN, it was kind of based around old school territory wrestling stuff. I thought the song was a good fit. No. The video game music actually doesn't break any copyright. Like, I've done a lot of research for this because
7, 8, 9.
Nice,
10,
that's cool.
11. 12.
No, I've done a lot of research because
13.
one of my first Fire Pro streams when I was doing my thing,
Give up.
one of the wrestlers' themes was a straight up copyright song, and it muted the stream, and I had to like cut out that 30-second clip. So ever since then, I always, when I bring wrestlers and theme music into the game, I always find the copyright-free variation of their song. And there's actually a
5
ton
minutes
of
gone.
YouTubers that do copyright-free versions of WWE
Yeah.
themes. Actually, so it,
2,
every once in a while there's a
3,
wrestler
Yeah.
that's tough,
4,
but for the most part,
5,
I got a
6,
lot of guys I go
7,
to.
8.
There's a few key ones for
9,
the most part, but I
10,
got guys I can go to
11,
to find like proper
12,
copyright-free
13,
themes.
14.
Yeah, well, my goal was when I do this for the TWN stuff, I just want, it's a combination of having the wrestlers as authentic as possible, but everyone's kind of on an even scale too, because when people put their promotions together, everyone has their own idea of who they want to be their men. Because for some people, the guys like Triple H or The Rock, but some people may want to push someone
Give up.
like the Mean Street
Give up.
Posse or
Give
something like that. So everyone's kind of on the same level. The only difference is, of course, like style wrestler, the move sets, you know, AI to a degree, AI and all that.
Stop.
But right now, but after this season, this is going to be on Steam. So we're converting everything over to Steam. So I got about 360 some wrestlers I have to convert
1,
over
2,
time, which is going to be huge. Oh, one pedigree, or at least one. I don't know if he did another one. Triple H gets the win. More popularity points for PCCW 84 there. All right, next up here. Definitely gonna see some duplicate guys here. Well, should maybe have some XAW here. What does he have, Jeff? Last one was FTOA though, so I guess Malenko and King are going to be next here. Yeah, decent one. That Neidhart model is actually a very old model. It's kind of funny because when I started doing this, my moveset research and all that wasn't as polished as it is now. So there's just some models that aren't as good as others in that department. So doing the conversion thing is going to kind of help catch everyone up a bit. You know what? That reminds me, Eli. I wish you could post pictures in the stream chat, because I feel like that would help so much in a lot of ways for some of the stuff. It's like you. I'm hoping I'm hoping when we do the, because I'm going to try another Great Lakes Wrestling League session tomorrow. I'm hoping, because I updated everything, I'm going to try a different controller instead of my 360 controller. And I'm hoping that that can make a difference. If there's still issues, then we might have to think of something else. Not else, but something. I had a lot of practice. And I like creating wrestlers. I like doing the research and stuff. It's just some wrestlers are tougher than others. Because there's some wrestlers where they have so many moves, you're like scratching and clawing to find places to put them. You have some wrestlers where you're just trying to stretch everything out to fit everything. Like, really the toughest wrestlers to do are the wrestlers that are way older and the newer ones. Well, I gotta figure out on my end though, and I only say that for a couple of reasons. One, there's gonna be times where you're not gonna be up for it, but I always am, because there's gonna be people that may want to do it when you're not around. So I gotta have it work on my end, and also, you know, if there's a time comes where you need to take a long break from it, then it kind of freezes things, you know. And plus, there's other stuff I want to do with Parsec. Like, at some point, I need to figure it out, and I'd rather do it now than put it off down the line, you know. Because once we get it going, I want it to be like reliable, you know. So even if it takes a minute. But having said all that, if after all these tries it still doesn't work, then we may have to readjust our expectations of what we're going to do with Great Lakes Wrestling League, because at some point I'm going to tap, because it's like, wire your hub. Oh, you mean my internet? You like use a hard wire? Ah, I get what you're saying. I wish I could. But I can't, because because where I do stuff is in my room and the internet's in the living room. And I would have to stretch the wire under the door into the room, and I don't think it's long enough.
5 minutes gone.
But I would love to do it like that.
Give up? Give up?
Could be a Madden World. What do you mean by Madden World, Eli? Just out of curiosity.
Break.
Amplifier. I mean, I could. It's and the thing, but the trick of it too is that I don't even know if it's a Wi-Fi issue though, because our issue mostly has been with the controllers, and not just on your end, but on my end too. So I don't know if it's a Wi-Fi thing either. Oh, I get you. I mean, yeah, I could. I mean, I'm not against it.
1, 2.
I had thought about adding different categories on the server for various topics outside of like projects and stuff, so I could definitely do that. But yeah, but when I heard from people, everyone said update the gamepad stuff, and the gamepads are fully updated, so yeah, we'll see.
1,
We'll see.
2, 3.
If you are playing PC Steam, I guess 3010. Is that a program or like a physical device?
1, 2.
Ooh, almost had it.
10 minutes gone.
Break. Give up? Give up?
Controller.
Give up?
Okay. Interesting. What's the how much is it? Out of curiosity.
Break.
That's Canadian. Okay. I mean, it's not a bad price. It's probably not a bad price in America. I probably couldn't get it. $6 USD. I'll look into it. I typically can't get stuff like that just because I live on a tight budget, and a lot of that stuff goes to like necessity stuff. I don't typically have a ton of stuff for like fun like item stuff, because not like 95% of the stuff I have and I do on the channel I got like years ago. Like pre and during the pandemic. Like after the pandemic, like most of the stuff is the frequency dropped severely. So usually when it comes to new stuff, I kind of have to, it's usually a long time to get stuff. Oh, Malenko taps, King with the win. Okay, I'll look at them. Yes. Let's see. Next up here. That was XAW and IGW. So we want. Let's do. We had XAW. So either way, we're seeing duplicate. I haven't seen Brock yet. Let's do Brock here. Brock versus Onita we'll do next here. I bet. Because the uniform designer in Madden back in the day was pretty decent.
Yeah! Yeah!
Black home. Black's always good.
Yeah!
You know what, Jim? How would you feel if the NFL
Give up?
found a way to get NFL teams in Canada and like start putting their teams in Canadian Football League markets. Because we were talking about the other day, Eli Grayman and I, about it. Oh, okay, that kind of says all I know there. Ooh, Takayama's helping out Onita here. Well, it's funny because I believe the Canadian Football League has been around longer than the NFL. You know, it's interesting too you bring that out because CFL, I believe in the 70s, experimented with having teams in America. It didn't work out long term, but it was kind of a fun thing that they tried to do.
Give up. Give up.
5 minutes gone.
Yes, I think they had them as long as 95. Yeah, they are, because it's a better rule. It's the best way to do a kickoff. It really is. Yeah, and even, it's funny because when the XFL and USFL merged, like, the only rule that USFL kept over was the kickoff rule, which was kind of like the traditional-ish kickoff and not XFL. And then the next season, they took the XFL kickoff rule, and so pretty much all the rules are like XFL rules. Like, they didn't really keep any of the USFL rules. Not really.
1, 2.
I mean, I hear ya. I mean, I totally understand that. I mean, I do find it weird when people think of CFL like a developmental league to like the NFL, because it really isn't. It's just kind of an interesting position because there's not really a lot of pro leagues or pro sports leagues on the major level just in Canada, because NHL is like 2 countries, you know, pretty even, and like there's, I don't think there's a big enough market to have basketball and baseball pro leagues in Canada exclusively. That's why you see like the Toronto teams from both leagues.
10 minutes gone.
Well, in all honesty, at the end of the day, it is football.
1, 2.
You know, I just think, I think a lot of it's a traditionalist mindset. I think a lot of people like things the way they are, and they don't want things to change, but I don't know. Ooh.
1, 2.
Oh, double accident.
3, 4, 5.
Yeah, I mean,
6, 7,
because
8.
And I think that's also
9,
why Canada fights so
10,
hard to keep the NFL out of
11,
Canada
12,
and the CFL, because
13,
they know
14,
if...
15.
Oh, don't take
16,
the count out, Brock. Come on, get
1,
him.
2, 3, 4.
Oh, yeah, I totally get
2.
that. Because CFL has always been pretty offensive.
1, 2.
Ooh. You know, and it makes sense they would take that in over time. Oh yeah, definitely. I mean, that's how Flutie got his thing going, was in Canada.
One, two.
And 2 there. Man, these two are having such a match here. So much back and forth. Oh! F5 with the
1,
cover.
2.
Pile driver. Oh, side bear hug isn't enough. Oh, and he taps Brock with the win. $92, not bad. Alright. Let's save here, and we will look at the rankings so far. Okay, let's see. So far, top two are moving on, of course, when we conclude it. Let's see. Top two is Sabu. Excuse me. Sabu's number one, so we got a two-way tie for second with King and Takayama. In the B bracket, Lesnar and Triple H are tied for first, and then everyone else is tied for second, so it's still pretty close. Hardy still hasn't won one match. It's crazy. Um, but yeah, day four will conclude the bracket, have the two semifinal matches, and if there's tiebreaker matches, we'll do that too. But now we're going on to our main event. Yeah, I'm aware. It's good. Yeah, it is. It is. It's gonna be interesting, that's for sure. Let's see. Main event is so far it's just gonna be Fit and Sabu. Now, if any other TWN promotions want to throw a guy in the ring to fight for the TWN Hardcore title, they're more than welcome to. I'll give you guys a minute to think about that. Well, I will say this. I think 32 teams is a lot. Well, let's keep in mind, too, that it's called the National Football League, not American. I mean, they could do it if they want to. It's just the problem is they're at 32. Like, they're kind of at a point where 32 is kind of that magic number for football leagues where everything can line up perfectly. If you go over that amount, then you're kind of starting over into the awkwardness until you get to the next good amount. Because you got the good amounts of like 4, 8, like 10, 16. Like there's certain amounts that are good amounts to have for teams, and 32 is one of them. And if you go over that 32, like you kind of have to do a lot more to get back to that another magic number. It's just like can of worms. Well, I think sports fans who grow up in a city without really any sports teams or leagues, I think they kind of adapt to whatever's around. I think when you grow up with a team and then that team leaves, I think that kind of makes things tough to adapt to. Well, I say that because it also affects scheduling and how you organize divisions and stuff. Because, yeah, keep in mind that for a long time, the NFL kind of had a fucky system. Okay, we'll get this going here. Yeah, there is. There's fans all over of different teams, but they had a fucky system. I mean, it was ridiculous. Like you had like the Cardinals in the NFC East and shit like that. You had Tampa Bay Buccaneers in the same division as the Lions, the Packers, Vikings, Bears. I mean, it was just fucky, and it didn't make a lick of sense. And they couldn't really change the systems and anything until they got to a certain amount of teams, which takes a minute to do because they got to do the market research, figure out what cities want teams, if they can support the teams, and all that crap. Where it is. Yeah, I mean, I will say, I do think that NFL tends to kind of repeat use of specific stadiums for their Super Bowls, and I wouldn't mind if they randomized it a little bit more, because I do feel like that there's times where it's like, all right, we're gonna do another Super Bowl in Miami, or whatever, and it's just like, okay, come on, There's other cities here you could do Super Bowls in. I think you can. I think. Yeah, you can. You can. An international? I mean, it'd be fun. It'd be fun to see an international Super Bowl. It's just you would have to add. I think you would almost have to double the size of the league to do that because in all honesty, like if for it to work, I feel like you need to add two more conferences and they need to be spread out throughout the world. Because if you're gonna do international, you gotta go international. Cooper sucks. Let's see. 330, 150. So it's a no hardcore match, so it's no DQ stuff here. Let's see. Um, well, I believe one of the smallest Super Bowls was probably the one in Ford Field with Steelers and Seahawks odd years ago, because Ford Field only sits like 65,000. The smallest stadium is 61,500 with Chicago. The largest is, I think, MetLife, the New York one. That's like over 80,000. So it ranges from 60 to 80,000 roughly. All right, 330. All right. See how it goes. Like 6 a.m. Monday. Yeah, exactly. Well, but here's the thing, Eli. I don't think you could do a. If you're gonna have a legitimate like conference in Canada to match with the NFL, you need at least like 16 teams. And the CFL right now only has like 9. So you would have to find 7 other markets in Canada to host an NFL team, which I don't know if you can do. Like, I don't think you could have like, realistically speaking, not in a fantasy sense, but in a realistic sense, I don't think a pure Canadian conference would work. I think you would almost have to have, like, I mean, sure, even if you could justify a team having more than one team, which I'm sure there's some Canadian cities that could, like, could you do it 7 times?
Fight.
And do provinces have more than one city that could host an NFL team? Like, do they have multiple cities that could do that? You know, it's just one of those things where I think you're kind of are gonna have to like find. You're gonna have to spread it out a little bit.
Give up?
Yeah, I feel like the two things you don't mess around with in Canada is like hockey and wrestling, with the third place being Canadian football. I feel like those 3 you don't mess with in Canada. CFC. Oh, Tombstone. Sounds scary. Ooh, backbreaker.
Give Give up.
I don't know.
Give up. Give up.
Yeah, but so Eli, out of curiosity, like for a
Give up.
Canadian football conference, let's say you need
Give up.
16.
5 minutes
What,
gone.
what teams
Give up.
would you do? Well, Fitz the one that beat him for that title. Like Sabu held that title for like forever. Raven versus Fit. I mean, we certainly
1,
can.
2.
I mean, we certainly can. I will say this, like, not in the short term because I got to convert guys over still, but in the long term, when it comes to house show stuff, you could also just do those in the Legends League because that's Legends League is gonna end up being like
Give up.
a pseudo like testing grounds for wrestlers and combinations. Oh, he just stole a maneuver.
1, 2.
Cause like for example, I'm not gonna do scouting combines anymore in TWN because in all honesty, if people want to see specific wrestlers and specific combinations and stuff, we could just do that in Legends League and have that be done with. But yeah, I can do a dark match with Raven and Fitz. Like I could do that. I'll just do it off screen and post you and tell you the results.
1, 2.
And like if there's any key highlights or anything, I can do that. Well, I guess my question, Eli, is what
Give up.
teams would you do?
Give up.
Like, because you'll
10
need
minutes
16
gone.
teams to like make it work with the rest of the NFL. Celtic cross
1,
with the
2.
cover. Does it again.
1,
Sabu may
2,
be tired, I don't
3.
know. Oh, holy shit. It just fucking... This was just like a sparring session for him. If it retains, he will hold on to that title and gets Hall of Fame eligibility. Jeez. I would like to see how you'd map that out, Eli, because I'm intrigued in how that would look like visually. All right. Well. All right. So next day, tomorrow, there'll be day 4. Day 4 is going to be interesting because we got the final. We're going to have, at bare minimum, there's going to be the 2 of the bracket matches left. And we're going to do the 2 semifinal matches. If there's tiebreaker matches, they'll fill that. If there's aren't any, then we'll do TWN tag and TWN title open challenges. And we'll do it at that event. But it depends on if there's any tiebreaker matches. I'm not sure if there will be. If there are, then I'll fill it out. So we'll see. But for the grand finale day, we'll have the main event will be, of course, be the championship, the finals, and then the rest of the card is gonna be every promotion's gonna get one match that they can book for the event from their promotion. Just so people have a final match if they want to do like one big final title match or whatever. So you're thinking 3 divisions. Okay, I don't know how that'll... Because if you're going to have it work with the NFL under it, like, you would have to have their playoff contention stuff. You have to have everything identical with the other conferences. Otherwise, the playoff system wouldn't work, really. because the other ones have, well, you could call them different names, but I think you would need 4 divisions of 4 for it to work with the rest of the NFL because because the playoff system would have to work with that conference too. Because once you have your free conference champions, then you could do something like you could have like the number one team gets a bye, the other two teams fight for the shot at the Super Bowl. I mean, you could do like you could make it extended from there, but you need to have the path to the conference winner be exactly the same as the other conferences for it to work. So you would need to have 16 teams of 4 divisions. You don't have to call them north, south, east, and west, but you're gonna need the 4. Which AEW, oh my god, AEW, man, and I hate critiquing them because I don't watch AEW really. But I keep up with the product. I know I'm kind of aware what's going on with it, and storylines and stuff. But man, they are literally they literally are becoming WCW if WCW started existing when the NWO came and then ended in 2001. That's what AEW is feeling like right now. MJF was awesome. They definitely nuked. They kind of muted him a bit, though. He kind of lost it. He lost his luster, in all honesty. And I would say that, and you could argue that it was because he was hurt for a while. He lost his momentum. You could argue that, but in all honesty, I just think a lot of it is just he's just done so much. He's done the stable. He's won the title stuff. He's done everything he could do. Like right now, he's slumming it with the Hurt Syndicate, and it's like, what is the story going? Is he a member of the stable now? Like Jordan Jackson. Like what is the end game here? Like, is he gonna take over the stable? Like, this would have been fine if he was like some new fresh face or something, but he's already been to the top. Why the fuck does he need the Hurt Syndicate? If anything, the Hurt Syndicate should be begging for MJF, if anything. But the booking for him has been not good. But for a lot of guys, like I feel like a lot of the booking shift has been focused more on former WWE guys and less on AEW originals. But also a lot of not all of the AEW originals, but a very strong minority of AEW originals have left the company. Like so-called Tony Khan's 4 pillars of AEW, at least 1 or 2 of them have left. So much for that. It's just, I mean, Darby Allin spent so much time working with Sting that I don't know. I mean, I know they're probably gonna want him to unseat like Moxley for the title. They kind of been building towards that. They had to stop because he got hurt or something. And now they're just playing. Now they're trying to find ways to keep it on him. It's like, why not just have him drop it for a while, then win it back? Like, I don't get this obsession with like, oh, he has to hold on until the one guy beats him. No, he fucking doesn't. Like, I don't know. I just kind of feel like that it's just making things worse. Canadian and then new teams won't hurt the CFL. Well, Eli, if you could swing it, I mean, you're more than welcome to, Rough Riders. But yeah, I don't know. I just think it's kind of messy. And it sucks because I think it's good to have a lot of wrestling promotions. I will say this, wrestling's better now than it was in the past during most of the. I would say probably the 2010s might have been one of the worst decades for wrestling, in all honesty. Like, because TNA was struggling, WWE products sucked. I mean, there's just a lot of fucking bullshit. Big R. But yeah. But yeah, tomorrow will be day 4. And I'm hoping to do the grand finale Friday, but we'll see because I want to make sure people have enough time to put their one match for the grand finale. Well, once we do the grand finale, that'll be it for the season, and we'll just move on to the off season. Hi, Pro Channel. Yeah, yeah. It's CFL is just interesting. I remember growing up, ESPN used to play CFL games and arena football games when the arena football was still a thing. It's not so much anymore because that league was around for 20 to 30 years and it's just gone and it sucks. I loved arena football. I thought it was so much fun. Yeah, I think they still have some CFL games on ESPN sometimes, but like God forbid they should do something different instead of like having like 8 straight hours of ESPN news segments about the same shit. Yeah, it's not the same. It isn't. They did all different shit and it's just not the same. It's they barely have any teams. They have like what, 4 or 5 or something. I mean, compared to what it was like in the 2000s into the early 2010s, you know. Yeah, exactly. IFL's always been pretty consistent. They have rose a little bit because I think a lot of former arena football teams went to IFL because they got tired because arena football management has just gone to the shit. So a lot of them left for the IFL, but even the IFL is kind of struggling. I think the UFL, like XFL and USFL, and then UFL now, I think that Cummings probably zapped a lot of those guys away because, I mean, UFL is pretty much like minor leagues now for the NFL at this point, and I like it. I love that we got a Michigan team in the UFL. That's awesome, and that they're good. Arizona Rattlers. That's a classic AFL team. One of the most successful AFL team was the Grand Rapids Rampage. I remember AAF. That was okay, but they didn't manage it right, and it's kind of unfortunate. But it paved the way for XFL. Now, when the XFL came back after not the 2001 XFL, but like XFL from like 20 pre-pandemic, that shit was awesome. The presentation, the new rules, just everything was great. And then they bring it back after the pandemic, and it's still great. They still have the fun stuff. USFL, I didn't really watch USFL new ones, but they were good there. I like that they brought USFLs back too. Um, it is kind of funny when they merge that it's let's face it, when they merge, XFL dominated because XFL had the more interesting rules. USFL had some interesting rules, but they weren't as like unorthodox as XFL rules in a good way. Um, yeah, it is. I like UFL. I wish I watched more of it. Okay, so I'm gonna hang it up because AEW starting to AEWA starting to kick up here. So I'm gonna wrap it up here. There's gonna be a stream tomorrow, the day 4 of the War 1 Climax. Everything we're gonna see what the finals are gonna look like in that stream. So tune in for that. But outside of all that, that's going to do it for this one here, guys. Thanks for watching. In case you guys wanted to chat with anyone at the Camping Company, didn't want to use the YouTube comment section, we do have a couple options. First one is we have a Discord channel. You can find a link to that about page/about section of our channel. We also have a community tab on our channel as well. You can access that anywhere at any time. But yeah, guys, thanks for watching. Please subscribe and like the videos, and have a good day.